Jasper and Willow's Canadian Adventure. In a cozy little room, two friends named Jasper and Willow looked at a big map of Canada. "Wow," said Willow, "it's so big. I wonder what's there." Jasper traced the lines with his finger. "Mountains, oceans, and so much history," he whispered. Suddenly, a single red maple leaf floated through the open window. It wasn't an ordinary leaf. It glowed with a soft, warm light. "Follow me," it whispered in a voice like rustling leaves, "and I will show you." Their first stop was the Rocky Mountains. The peaks touched the sky, covered in snow like sugar. Down by a bright blue lake, they saw a giant moose munching on leaves. "He's the king of this mountain," Jasper said in awe. Next, the glowing leaf took them to the Pacific coast. In a forest of giant trees, they saw tall wooden poles carved with faces of eagles, bears, and whales. "These are totem poles," the leaf explained. "They tell the stories of the First Nations people who have lived here for a very long time." Whoosh! The friends found themselves in the east, standing before a thundering wall of water. It was Niagara Falls. The water roared, and a cool mist sprayed their faces. "It's so powerful," shouted Willow over the noise. Their journey then took them to a city where the buildings were made of old gray stone and the streets were narrow and bumpy. "This is old Quebec," the leaf whispered. "It feels like we've traveled back in time." Jasper imagined he was a knight in a castle as he looked up at a grand hotel that looked like a fairy tale palace. He could almost hear the clip-clop of horses on the cobblestones from long ago. The maple leaf flew them far, far north. The air was crisp and cold, and the ground was covered in a blanket of white snow. "Where are we now?" Jasper asked, pulling his hat down over his ears. The leaf just twinkled. "Wait for the night." As the sky grew dark, a magical light appeared. Ribbons of green and purple began to dance and swirl above them. It was the Northern Lights. It was the most beautiful, magical thing they had ever seen. Back in their room, the glowing leaf rested gently on their map. Jasper and Willow looked at each other and smiled. They knew that Canada was a land of giant mountains, powerful waterfalls, ancient stories, and dancing lights. It was an adventure they would never forget.